Oliver, and this is my still image project for CVM 320. It's no secret that one of the most prominently produced sounds derived from the depths of our Appalachian state is the harmonic sound of the bluegrass. Fiddles, banjos, and acoustic guitars, alongside the traditional style of Southern vocals, is one of the region's most associated attributes and which we are most proud of. But this music would reach much further than talent show stages and back porch gatherings, bringing much pride to the small towns within the region through the influential voices of the mountains. Born July 1st, 1954, Jackie Keith Whitley, who would later be known as Keith Whitley, grew up in the hills of eastern Kentucky and the small town of Sandy Hook, Elliott County. Growing up in the Appalachian region had a huge impact on the music he absorbed through his time in the mountains and would later produce himself, leading him to an honorary spot in the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum of Nashville, Tennessee.
Through his music and talent, he would leave not only his musical legacy and sound, but a great sense of pride within his hometown that can be found most anywhere you look. Many that would know him from a young age would refer to Keith Whitley as a young musical prodigy, showing a deep love for music and winning multiple singing contests as early as the age of 6. His musically inclined family encouraged him to explore and expand his talent with instruments such as the acoustic guitar and played alongside him. By the age of 14, Whitley had achieved multiple radio and television appearances and had started his own band alongside his brother, Dwight. Around this same time, Whitley would meet 14-year-old Ricky Skaggs at a talent show in Easel, Kentucky, and form a tribute band specializing in the songs of Carter and Ralph Stanley. A couple years into the game, Whitley and Skaggs would be called upon by nightclub owners in Fort Gay, West Virginia, to play a delayed Stanley show for a packed house. Halfway through their performance, Ralph Stanley and the Clinch Mountain Boys would arrive to the two teenagers, as they would say in their own words, doing the Stanley Brothers better than the Stanley Brothers. They would then hire Whitley as a member of their band, launching his career in professional bluegrass music. Though bluegrass music was the music of the mountains and the popular pick during this time, Whitley longed to expand his musical talents outside of the bluegrass genre. He would then leave the Stanley Brothers 2.5 years into his sign-on to work alongside J.D. Crowe and the New South to express his creative freedoms in the honky-tonk category. This leap towards the genre he so desperately wanted to explore, traditional country music, pushed him to move to Nashville to launch his solo career. He would later then sign on with RCA Records, producing hit after hit. Songs such as When You Say Nothing at All and I'm No Stranger to the Rain remained chart-topping hits for years after their release. Whitley's progressive mix of bluegrass and traditional country music, alongside his small-town upbringing, really set him apart from the other musicians of his time, which is why the tragedy of his death at the young age of 34 was so devastating to both his friends, fans, and family. On his way to becoming Nashville's newest major star, Whitley would pass away from acute alcohol poisoning in his home outside of Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Even after his death, Keith Whitley's musical legacy impacted those around him immensely for generations to come. 3 months after his death, his third album, I Wonder Do You Think of Me, extended his chart-topping streak of #1 hits to 5. As for our shared hometown, Sandy Hook keeps the memory of Keith Whitley alive and well in many ways. Upon entering the small town, one would be promptly greeted with a hand-painted sign jointly created by bluegrass musicians Scott Napier and artist Michael Young of Keith Whitley's smiling face. A few curves into town on Route 7 at the Elliott County Memory Garden Cemetery, there stands a life-size monument of Whitley, guitar and all. An annual concert held by the nonprofit Friends of Keith Whitley organization encourages all fellow bluegrass lovers, players, and enthusiasts to come together to listen and play the music that Keith's legacy impacted so heavily. The Friends of Keith Whitley organization also provides a scholarship opportunity to Elliott County High School seniors that want to further a career in music after graduation at a collegiate level. Over the years, this scholarship has extended this opportunity to neighboring counties, such as Carter and Boyd, spreading the Keith Whitley passion for music across the district.